Hey guys, we are in the kitchen. Meal prep is happening, and we have a not a big menu today. We have some spinach stuffed chicken thighs, some Parmesan pork chops, gonna be in the air fryer, some hamburger patties, some chicken fried rice. I'm gonna do some surf and turf. Clarence, what are you doing?
Parmesan crusted pork chops, and I'm grilling some thighs and country style ribs.
Yes, so that's what we have going on today. And I'm going to get my chicken wings. How many are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got a weird number of chicken wings. Get my chicken wings going because they're going to be baking, and because they're going to be baking, they're going to bake longer. So I need to get them in the oven. And I do a really simple baked chicken wing, and it's just some salt, pepper. Sometimes if I have seasoning salt, I'll put on it. I don't even know if I have any seasoning salt, but let me check because I thought I had seasoning salt.
I didn't see any because I was.
Oh, you know where the seasoning salt is?
I had to adjust my recipe because I didn't see it.
Because it's probably still in my car. I don't think I ever took it out of the car when I bought it. It fell under the seat. But okay, so for my chicken wings, I do salt, pepper, garlic powder, and a little bit of, on these I'm going to do a little bit of onion soup mix on them. And that's just something that I grew up with making with stuff. This onion soup mix will change your life. It'll make stuff better for you in your life. But now I have to find it. I can't find it.
Look in the drawer or in that thing.
I found one that was open. So I'm going to just do a little bit of that. And actually, it's not a lot of that in there. I'm going to leave that and I'm going to do a little onion instead. Because I have some onion that I already chopped up from my earlier meal prep. And I'm just going to, before I do that, I like to put mine in parchment paper. And so I'm going to lay the parchment paper out. And I do 2 sheets. Oh, let's see. Hold on, I got my oven and my stove. I got rice cooking as well. So I'm gonna make some chicken fried rice, but half of the rice is going to be cauliflower rice. So I'm gonna mix this up in here, and I missed some of the little feathers when I was watching it. So I don't like the little feathers on my chicken when I'm making them. So mix this up really good, and just for color, sometimes I put a little paprika on it. I'm convinced it doesn't do anything for taste. I think it's just truly for color. So I'm gonna throw a little bit. Wait a minute. Woo, Lord Jesus, that ain't paprika. That's some doggone chili powder. So I guess I'm gonna have some chili powder with it.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
Oh Lord.
That is gonna be amazing.
I'm sure it's gonna be something. I don't know. Amazing is the word for it. It's gonna be something.
It's like adding coffee to a pork chop. It's not gonna taste like chili powder at all.
Yeah, okay. So put those in my parchment paper. Just line that on up. Put that in there. Leave that both. I'm gonna use that again for my chicken. When I'm making my chicken thighs. So this is an easy way to do parchment paper wrapping. Just close it like that and then turn it over. That's an easy way of doing it. If you don't want to do all the wrapping and stuff, you just do that and turn it over. So that's going in the oven. So that's taken care of. Next, I'm going to do the, I need to make the spinach for my spinach, for the spinach stuffed chicken thighs. So I am going to get a can of spinach. I don't know how much spinach I'm going to need actually. So I'm going to probably use too much of it, but that's okay because then I can eat it later as a side. So I am going to make some cream spinach for my stuffed chicken breast. So I put a little onion in there. It's gonna be a little garlic, and then I'm gonna let this saute. And let me see. Can you see back there? Let me see. Let me turn it just a little bit. There you go. You can see a little bit now. I think that's it. What's this? Oh, that's the rice. Okay. So I'm gonna add this garlic. And while I'm adding that, I'm gonna put the chicken thighs in my bowl and get those seasoned. Hold on. Get that seasoned up. And so you can do stuffed broccoli. You can use chicken breast. This is a very, very versatile. Because when Clarence first started making this, he was using. Ooh, I need an extra chicken thigh. Oh. Well. What else do we have here? I thought I had two bags up. Maybe not. Okay, so I'd like to season it as much as possible to help this life out some. Let me see. Give me 1 second. I thought I had another one and I do not.
That's why we got extra wings, so just switch.
Extra wings for what?
You said you probably don't have extra wings, so you can just switch.
I'm not gonna have extra wings.
You gonna use that whole pack of wings?
I bought that?
Yeah, those ain't mine?
I thought that's for you.
No.
Oh, well, we made them freeze them.
I bought 5s.
Okay, so I'm all discombobulated today. I don't know what's going on in my mind today, y'all. I promise you I'm all over the place. But I'm going to season. The thing with seasoning the chicken thighs is you have to get up under the skin to make sure you have some flavor with it. So it takes a little bit more than what one would usually do because you want to get all of the chicken thighs seasoned. Because a lot of times, like when people say they've had some good chicken, you have to ask them, was the chicken good or was the skin good? Because a lot of times what people consider good stuff, it is really just takes all the seasoning that was in the skin. And I want seasoning in everything. I just don't want seasoning in the skin. So that's where you have to be careful and make sure that everything's seasoned and not just the skin for stuff. So I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in here. My top. Put that over there. So while that's cooking, now in this pan, I'm gonna put a can of spinach, and then I'm gonna put the cream and stuff with it. But before we get to that, again, I got to season this chicken up because you don't want some good old some good inside of the chicken, and you don't have no good outside chicken. So that's something that you got to be aware of. So got that good and going, and so I'm going to get this. And you always, especially when you're doing something like this for some stuffed chicken or whatever, you want to make sure that the onion and stuff are caramelized and soft, because you don't want any crunchy onion in your dish. We don't want to live that life. That ain't what we're going for. So I want to get this translucent is what I'm going for here. Now I want to get my pan ready. I'm gonna see if I can get all 4 of my chicken thighs in this pan, because I didn't go by Dollar Tree to get my little throwaway pans. So we're gonna see if we can work with that. Now I'm getting back. Now right now it's getting good and translucent. So I'm gonna get out my stuff that I'm gonna use to make it creamy. So for creaminess, I am going to use some ricotta cheese and a little heavy whipping cream and some mozzarella cheese. And I have some Parmesan cheese that I may throw in there. It just depends. So I'm going to go ahead and use this now with the spinach. You can use whatever spinach you want. So you can use fresh spinach, you can use frozen spinach. I have used them all, and I cannot tell the difference when I'm eating it. I can't tell which one is which. So it doesn't really matter from what I have learned for myself. It does not matter. You do want to try to get as much of the water out of the spinach as you can. That is something that I do advise. Now this is what I like when it's getting that caramelized. This changes the flavor. When you let your onion and stuff be caramelized, so good. So to get the water out, I just push the top in as far as it can go to try to get as much water out as I can. Alright, I got as much out as I can. And then just gonna dump that in there. Now I have spinach juice all over my hand. So let me get my hands washed here because I don't want spinach juice all over my hands. And then I have rice that's cooking back here that I need to watch. I think that that's basically done. My rice is done. So I'm going to turn that off. And then I'm going to just let this spinach just kind of cook in here just a little bit. Because spinach is, I mean, it's a fresh food, so you don't have to do any major cooking with it or anything. So now there's two ingredients that go in this that you may think are really weird, but it really does make a difference. And it is cumin and red pepper flakes. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I just know that it makes a difference and it makes it taste better. I don't know anything else about it. It's just stuff that I know. I'm putting a little bit of granulated garlic in there and also some in here on this chicken. Again, it's just, listen, I'm not Jesus. I didn't make up the recipe. I didn't make up the foods. I just know what tastes good and what things that go together. That's all I know. I can't help the other stuff. So my rice is good. So I'm gonna let this cook. Now I'm gonna add my creamy stuff to this. Oh, hold on, y'all. I've been touching stuff with my chicken gloves. Lord, let me go and wash my stuff. I can't be doing all that. Got to get my sanitizer. I done touched my handle with my chicken gloves. We ain't living that kind of life around here. No cross-contamination in my world. Okay, so then I'm going to take some ricotta cheese. That goes in there. It also has some cream cheese that goes in, and some heavy whipping cream. I have to look. I'm always suspicious of any milks, even though it said it hasn't expired. I just want to check to make sure the stuff is all right. That's just my world. Some heavy whipping cream, and so let me get the cream cheese. If I can find the cream cheese. Well. I may not have cream. Oh, here it is. Cream cheese was hiding from me. So I'm going to let that mix in there. What'd you say, Johanne? Oh, I thought you were talking to me. Okay. So, got those. And so I'm going to put this in here. You know, I don't think, I'm not going to add the cream cheese. I think that ricotta did it for me. I'm not gonna add the cream cheese, but I am gonna add the mozzarella. And it's not a ton, but you know, it'll be enough. So I'm gonna let these mix up, and I like it to get a little thick. Now with the cumin, y'all know very rarely do I measure anything, so I can't help y'all with that side of life. You can go and look up the official recipes if you want to. If you want to get your life together and cook the way it's supposed to be cooked, you can do that. But we over here just, you know, learn as we go and modifying as we want to. So I'm gonna let that cook, and I want it to almost come to a boil because that will let it thicken up and get all those cheeses to melt in there. So let that do its thing. Now I need to get ready to stuff these the chicken thighs. All right, so what I am going to use is, oh yeah, I had this black paper earlier that I thought it was parchment paper, but it wasn't. So I'm going to go ahead and get the chicken thighs, and what you do is you take the meat of the skin of the chicken thigh and you just pull that back. Take, fine, easy, pull it back. And then that's what you're going to be stuffing. That is the portion that you are going to stuff. So pull these back. That's what you want right there. So I'm going to wash my hands again. Because now my spinach is going really good. It's got the bubbly, and I want it to almost stick. That's how I want it to almost stick to the bottom of the pan. Oh, it's doing it. That's what I'm getting. And so that's all that cream and stuff is fully melting. Oh, one thing that I do like to do sometimes, and this keeps you from adding like a bunch of binders to it, is you can add a little bit of almond flour or coconut flour, thicken it up a little bit. And I'm going to do that just for a little thickness. You don't need a lot. Now, most good people in the world, y'all using some good old flour. I understand. Go ahead and use your flour. Y'all go ahead and use your little flour. I'm just going to put just a little bit to thicken. And so what I don't use of this in my other stuff will be a side dish for me. Clarence. Oh, I'm so happy that y'all, I can't. Never mind, I ain't got no words. Y'all don't know about this rough life I live over here with Clarence Pryor. Okay, so.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give your people some grilled food.
No, that ain't how life works. That ain't how life works. Clarence trying to take the pork chops and stuff. This is the thing. Here's the thing. Every time he makes the pork chops, every single time, every time he makes the pork chops, he tries to keep them for himself. That ain't how it works. But part of it is he get his menu mixed up because he always thinks that his food is in the refrigerator. Like, no, sir, that's mine. That's not for you. And he gets all befuddled in life. Okay, so I'm gonna let that thicken up just a little bit more. And so while that's thickening up, I'm going to go ahead and put my bowl over here. And the next thing that I'm going to be making is chicken fried rice. Let me see, spinach, chicken fried rice.
Oh, yes. That pepper got me.
The pepper got you? Can you hand me a cutting board from out of the thing down there? Now, for all of you who are struggling with all of the shutdowns and the grocery stuff and all that, let me tell y'all, this is what you need to go and do. Go find you a pack of chicken breasts a thin ground beef, go find you something. And then go online and you look for all these amazing little simple recipes that you can do with that food. Because you don't need to be out there stressing and trying to figure out how you're going to eat and all this stuff. Just go back to simple life, because we're in a time right now in our world that we probably be turning the plate down anyway. We probably be praying and fasting. While everybody looking for food, we probably need to be eating. We need to be praying and fasting. But anyway, that's a whole different story. So I am going to take this spinach. Now remember, this stuff is hot because it's in the skillet right here. Now I'm going to take this and I'm putting it in chicken. Now you have to be careful when you do this. Your spoon cannot touch the chicken. That's why you got to be careful, because this is raw chicken. So your spoon can't touch it. Let's put that over here. And so then your spinach is in there and you want to get it back. It's almost like a little pocket. And then you take it and you put it in your bacon dish. So I got that one done. Now I'm going to do the next one. And you're going to just drop it in there without the spoon touching anything. I'm going to just drop it in like it's hot, because it is. Drop it in there. I'm going to use my little one I have for the garlic to push that on in there. Let me see what's going on. I got notifications. Okay. And so then you just take it, put all this little stuff, and put it in your little bacon dish. That's all you do. And each one of them, you do the exact same thing. But you have to be careful, because again, this is raw food and you don't want to touch it with the other thing. So you just drop it in without it touching. Because we don't do cross-contamination around these parts. I got to eat this. And so I ain't trying to be sick, because ain't nobody trying to be in the hospital right now. I mean, it's almost like the hospitals, they're busy. They got bigger fish to fry than some improper cooking techniques. So we don't want to bother them, because we don't know how to keep our food separated. That ain't the life we live in. Now I am making a little bit of mess right there, so I got to get that together. Yes, okay. Then that's my last one that I'm going to do. And we just drop it in. Remember, dropping it in over here. And then we're going to close it up. Closing it up. And then, now you can use toothpicks and stuff. I don't use all that. The way I sit them in the little pan, it keeps it in there pretty good by itself. So I don't do a lot of the other stuff. But let me wash my hands, and then I will get this in the oven. Okay, so let me get a piece of foil. Ooh, I have that big industrial thing of foil, y'all. It's so big. I feel like I'm lifting weights. So I have this thing of foil that I'm going to put over this. And I'm going to put this in the oven. Alexa, set timer for 40 minutes. All right. Drop that off in there. Now I have this extra right here that I want to keep, because I'm going to use it for a side dish for myself this week. So I'm just going to go ahead and scoop that in one of my bowls, because this is going to be my side this week. Less food I have to cook. So this is really how you make spinach dip. That can be a spinach dip. Anything like that is how that works. But y'all also notice, I don't know if you noticed or not, but I made a whole mess right here. So I'm going to get this cleaned up. And then I'll work on my chicken fried rice with some cauliflower rice as well in it. And that helps you cut the carbs by adding cauliflower rice. So, got my chicken. This is what, whenever you do your own chicken and bag it up, it makes it somewhere simple because you can wash your chicken and do all that stuff before you ever pack it up. So then when you're ready to use it, you just like slide out. You got all your stuff ready. So, preparing for my chicken fried rice. I'm going to do these in small chunks. Now, someone asked me if you can do canned chicken for chicken fried rice. Yes, you can. It's all chicken. It's all chicken. So, if that's what you have, use what you have. It's not a big deal. So, I'm going to slice this like in slices, and then I go back and I want to make these as small as possible. Because the chicken fried rice, they really are smaller chunks. So that's what I want to do for this chicken. And so chicken fried rice, what I do for mine, half cauliflower, half rice, and then a can of mixed vegetables is what goes into that. Then I also do the egg, soy sauce with sesame sauce, cumin. It all goes in there. You could do chicken fried rice. I've done shrimp fried rice, chicken fried rice, steak fried rice. The only thing I haven't done is pork fried rice because I don't eat pork, and Clarence doesn't eat Chinese food as much as I do. So I have made pork fried rice. But I'm just going to get this cut. I do need to do another onion to put in there. And I need to clean my skillet that I just used to make my spinach, because that's a good skillet for this fried rice. So after I do this, I will clean that skillet. So when you're cooking chicken, and even right now, if you're out at the stores and it's limited food, don't look down on the canned food stuff. Canned chicken. That has been a good thing for me on many occasions. So canned chicken can go into a lot of these recipes, even casseroles, stuff like that. You can use canned chicken for. So don't panic when it comes to all that stuff. And for all those who have been messaging me, asking me if I have meals available or if I'm cooking extra food, the only thing that I have extra right now is chicken wings. I don't have anything but chicken wings extra. So let me clean my pans and then clean this spinach again, because I want to use the skillet for the fried rice. And I try to use the same stuff over and over again because it just helps when it comes time for cleanup, not to have 5 and 6 pots that you got to clean. So this helps when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I'm going to use this one again for my fried rice. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the onion in. Now, when you look up the recipes for this dish, they put the onion in later. I put mine in earlier just because I like my onion to be more of a caramelized onion. So that's why I put mine in earlier. And I don't want to use the same knife that I just used for the chicken. Oh, that's the wrong knife. I can't find all my stuff, all my knives that I like. I'll use this one. So yeah, so it just depends on how you, if you are a person who likes to cook, you will know if you want a caramelized onion for your food or not. And so you make that decision, which one you want. And so I am going to do this a really quick chop. I'm going to turn this back on. And I'm going to get this onion going for this dish. Don't want to get any onion peel in it. And again, this is just chicken fried rice. And I'm going to show you guys how I am going to do this. That's my chicken right there. Now, with the chicken, I do like to season the chicken a bit while it's waiting. And so I'm going to do just a little bit of cumin and then the soy sauce. Okay. Now with this same dish right now, I'm making chicken fried rice. You can actually take this and you can make any kind of stir fried dish with this. You can do sweet and sour. You can do General Tao. Anything that you like will work with this. So it just depends on what you want to do. So while that is cooking, and let me clean my my spoon that I'm going to use as well. Get this stuff going. So like yesterday, I ate all my food, and yesterday I ate all my because I didn't leave the house yesterday, which is so unusual for me to not leave the house. But I didn't leave the house yesterday, and then it got to like 9 o'clock at night, and I didn't have any food left, so I could quickly make me a dinner because I'm so used to being out and about on the weekends. But everything was, oh crap, I used way too much garlic. Even for me, that's too much garlic. So I need to get some of this garlic out of here. Even for me, it was just like, man, you know, like everything's canceled. I'm at home. What am I going to do? And so it was just it was different being at home on all day for a Saturday. Well, I do appreciate it. I mean, I actually love it. Because I didn't have a lot of stuff going on, but it was nice just being at home and chilling. Now, I wish I could say that I got my stuff done because I still haven't finished my laundry that I started folding. I started folding laundry at like 11 o'clock yesterday morning. I put 3 things on the hanger and they still sit in there. I done nothing else. So I need to, onion peel that over here. So I need to finish that. So this is my chicken that is just in some soy sauce right now, chilling. I'm just doing like a quick little marinade on that while this onion and stuff. And actually, I'm gonna put after this, I'm gonna put the mixed vegetables in here as well. So I'm going ahead and get the mixed vegetables. You can buy the frozen ones, and they are just the same. There's no big deal. The only thing that's different with this is this does have corn in it. But I also, in some of my recipes that I was looking up when I was looking at making this, corn actually was part of it as well. So I'm not going to trip about that small little addition. Hold on, that's not what I wanted. Oh my goodness. Hold on, I'm all messed up, y'all. I don't want that much of this because I really forgot about something. Some stuff I don't want in here. I'm all over the place. When I tell y'all my mind is just crazy today, I'm gonna do half of that. Half of that. There we go. And then, give me a second. And let me just do it this way. Because I don't like as much of, I don't like the even mix of it. So, I'm going to switch it out with some English peas. And some corn. I'm not corn, carrots. Now you can buy shredded carrots as well. For those of you who you can do the shredded carrots. But right now in the stores, it's like get what you can find. Just gonna do half of those, so half a can of both. So I like this to really kind of stir fry together. And then I like the carrots to be smaller, so I just cut those. Cut them right there in the pan. You can do that. Cut them right there in the pan. There. And I like to cook this until it's almost caramelized and a good, now if I had a wok, this would be so much easier. But a good old wok like they have on TV, I have never used one, but I think I'd be great with it. So I'm actually going to take half of this out. I may add it back. It can. And then I'm going to put my chicken in. Chicken in. Throw the glove away. Now remember, I have put a really quick soft marinade of soy sauce on the chicken, and I do that because it will season the vegetables while it's cooking. Okay, thank you. So I'm going to let that chicken cook in there, and then I'm going to, while that's cooking, I'm also going to put the cauliflower in. This is really, really heavy on the vegetables. And because of that, there is no side dish with this because it's really heavy vegetables. So this all just kind of cooks in there together. Can you imagine having a wok? I don't even know what I would do. It would be a hot mess for me because I've been for that fire coming up and all that stuff. I'm like, woo, I ain't ready. Now you do have to pay special attention when you do it this way because you want to make sure that your chicken is getting done. And you just don't look at that white and think that that's chicken because it's cauliflower. Now I still have my rice over here. And I'm going to add that in a little bit. Add that in. So, about 2 ladles of rice. That's all we need because we already put the cauliflower rice in, so you don't need all the extra rice. So this is all going to be mixed in here. And then I'm going to add the sesame oil and the soy sauce. And that's really where that flavor that we consider an Asian flavor comes from, with the sesame oil and the soy sauce. That's where that comes from, along with the cumin and stuff like that. So I'm going to let that chill out for just a moment and get its life together. All right, so let's see. Just letting this all cook in there together. And everything done. So with something like chicken fried rice, like right now, I can put whatever seasoning I want with this. I could do sweet and sour. I can do general. I can do teriyaki. It could be anything. This is just going to be, you know, actually, I think I may switch it up. I think I'll do a half and half. I think I will. I'll do, no, I'll leave it. I'll do that next week. Like a teriyaki or something, or a sweet and sour. I'll do that next week. So I'm looking at all my chicken. Everything's white. Now, right now I want to do my egg. And it goes dead center middle. Right there in the middle. Oh, looks like it's made a mess. I see 2 pieces of eggshell, three pieces of eggshell. So I'm making a hot mess. What am I doing, y'all? 4 pieces. Listen, when I tell y'all today, I am a hot mess. Today, I have done so many crazy things. I have to check to make sure I got all, okay. Okay, hold on. Wash my hands. This is like, the bloopers version of meal prep. I'm trying to make sure that I got all that. Yeah, I did. Okay. This is like the bloopers version of meal prep today. It was like all the stuff is crazy today. But then I want to just go ahead and scramble that egg right there in the middle. Scrambling the egg. And you just do it right in the middle because you're going to mix it up. Once it's scrambled, you're going to mix it up. And then once this portion is done, that's when you can add the rest of your seasoning and stuff. Done. So then you get all of that together and you're mixing. Get that all mixed up in there together. Now, I don't know why they put eggs in this. I have no idea. It's probably because they needed some kind of protein or something with their rice. They eat so much rice. I don't know. I'll look it up one day to see what's the reason for it. But I like it in mine because it looks more authentic. Right? I can get the little egg that was trying to burn on the bottom there. I'm like, no, we ain't doing that today. We ain't doing it today. All right. So that's together. And then does not take a lot of sesame oil. And we're going to get some soy sauce. And then this, now one thing that I'm going to taste this to make sure that we're good, but I do keep a little package of Asian seasoning mix just in case the flavors don't come all the way through all the time. Just a little bit of Asian seasoning mix will work with it. And I usually add some turmeric in as well. There we go. That's all you need. 1 dash. Now some other spices that you would be surprised is stuff like nutmeg and all that. That stuff actually are part of some of these dishes as well. So I am going to mix that in here. And then I want to taste just to see where I am on flavors. Just do a tad bit. That's all I need.
Sounded like it's good.
Yep, it is.
Smells good.
That did it. So that's chicken fried rice. It does need, I would say, a little bit more seasoning. I'm just gonna add a little bit more. I call it of the secret seasoning mix, and it's everything that I just put in here in a condensed flavor. That's all that is. So then I'm gonna put this in a bowl. So I have got the spinach fries, the chicken fried rice. I'm ready to work on my hamburger patty, and my steak are my next two things that I am going to be making. And then the sides. So got that done. I need a bowl. So let me put this over here for a bowl. Ooh, I almost dropped it on my toe. Had to watch what's coming out the side. Okay, so got that chicken fried rice done. I'm gonna wash this skillet because I'm gonna use it for my steak. So I'm gonna put this over here, and then I need to clean off some area. And so then with the hamburger patty, you can make a hamburger patty as plain as you want, or you can add something to it to make it a little bit more. It's all about what you want to do with your food. So first thing, Clarence finished the Parmesan pork chops. That's what they look like from the air fryer. Parmesan pork chops in the air fryer. That's done. So I am going to, hold on, I need to get a towel. Okay, so y'all, I'm telling y'all, it's such a crazy place today, and I think with all of the rush this weekend to get everything ready and preparing for whatever our amazing government is going to do, that's been part of the craziness. So I feel like that's showing itself right now with me. But before I move on, I do want to clean up some of this stuff. But if you guys have questions about the meal prep that we do or anything like that, please let us know, because sometimes it helps us to know what people want, why they, what they're watching, and what information are you getting or not getting. Like, that's important to us to know. So send us messages or comment on the video if you have questions or whatever. Make sure you do that, and so that will help us out in the long run. But right now, I really just want to stop and clean a little bit. I only have a little bit more to go, so let me tell you what I've done. So far, we have made these stuffed spinach thighs. We've made, what else we made? We made some chicken wings. They're in the oven. The chicken fried rice is done. The pork chops are done. So we've gotten a lot of stuff done in a very short period of time. And we like that. We like to be moving fast and stuff. And I can't remember, so Clarence made this this water. And I don't know if he put bleach in it or not. Y'all know I'm forever bleaching my stuff. But anyway, so got some stuff that if earlier today, if you joined me, I also made some homemade hamburger patties. Oh my goodness. Some homemade pizza on Facebook this earlier when we got home from church. And so it's like a favorite of mine that I like to make. And so I did that earlier today on Facebook as well. So right now I'm just taking a moment to clean up my area, because I got like another wave of stuff that I need to do, which is my steak. There's some steak done that's gonna go with some shrimp and some fish I already got. I feel some surface hurt in my life for this week is what my goal is. And I have a pretty, I don't want to say it's a busy week, but I just got a lot of decisions and stuff that we need to make sure that we're serving our congregation and stuff. Make sure that people got what they need. I'm probably still going to be out on the hunt looking for some more, looking for some hand sanitizer, because I want to make sure all of our clients down at ARG, the AIDS Resource Group, I want to make sure that all our clients have hand sanitizer, because they actually don't have a good immune system at all. And so they usually keep hand sanitizer all the time, but now they're going to buy it and they can't, because all of y'all healthy people really, I guess y'all just discovered hand sanitizer. I don't know what's going on, but some of us been using hand sanitizer forever. But thankfully, I make my own, so this has not been a crisis on my part. But I know a lot of people, it has been a true crisis. So if you have some extra hand sanitizer, share with the people around you. You don't know what kind of situations they got going on in their body that they may need some hand sanitizer. All right, so, okay, I got my stuff cleaned up. I feel like I can move around a little bit now, because it was looking strange for a minute, y'all. I got too much stuff going on. So I'm getting ready to do my steak. So with this steak, I'm going to, I'm going to chop this up. I'm going to saute it, and I'm going to pair it with my surf and turf, my fish and shrimp that I have going on. So I'm going to get that. If I didn't get my knife, I didn't wash it, so let me get that washed. Now, with something like steak, you can like pan fry it just like this. I like to do mine in strips, because I always say I like bite-sized pizzas of everything. So if I can get it bite-sized, that is the best for me. So that's why I do it like this. There's no special reason. I just do it like this because I like bite-sized. That's why I do my steak and chicken and stuff like this. Some people just like eat theirs whole. I eat a lot of lunches in meetings. And so I all the time don't have time to, use forks and knives. Well, I use forks, of course, but not a knife and all that. And a lot of times in the meetings, I'm the one that's taking the notes. So I need to be able to quickly put something in my mouth and then get back to taking the notes. So I'm going to cut this up in some small pieces. And then I'm going to cut some onion up. And I'm going to saute this with some onion and some cauliflower rice. And then I'm going to put some shrimp or some fish with this. And that's going to be a meal all by itself. So I'm going to put that over there. Put this skillet here. Oh, that was a little wet still. Let me get that all off there. So turn that back on. And let me wash this knife. Well, actually, I already put the onion on this board, so I can't use it again. So I'm just going to use all the onion. Good thing I like onion, right? So I'm just going to chop this up. I'm going to stir fry this stuff together. And then I'm going to build a little lunchbox of a surf and turf. And so what I did was Schnucks is having a sale on fish. I think it's because it's Lent. But I go there and they'll actually cook it for you as well. So my surf and turf stuff is already done. My shrimp and fish are already done because the good people at Schnucks cooked it for me while I was in there shopping for my other stuff. And so I'm just gonna build a box with this stuff. And I do like to put my cauliflower in with this because I like that to saute together. So, okay, I know what that is. So I have that. And then while that's doing its thing, I need to get my ground beef out. And get ready to make my ground beef patty. So I am going to, now this one I'm not going to do as much to it as I could. But I did drop some stuff on the floor, so let me get that up because I don't want food and stuff on the floor. So I'm going to mix this up and let that be over here cooking. And then with the ground beef, it's just a pound of ground beef, and I'm going to put some onion soup mix in it, some garlic, some Worcestershire, and it really elevates the flavor when you add those little simple things to it. It really, really does. So let me get my Worcestershire. Oh, that's a new one. Let me find one. Oh, I don't have one that's open. Yes, I do. Okay. Get that cooking in there. Really good. Now, I'm going to be careful with this so last time I did too much. Some Worcestershire. A little bit of salt, and that's it. You're just going to mix that up. And then I'm going to make this into some hamburger patties. Now, I am going to use my food scale for this because it's so easy when you think you got a little bit of ground beef, you got a lot, and the other way around. So I do always try to weigh my patties before I make them. So I want to make sure everything I just mixed in, that it gets all mixed up in here. So with your hamburger patties, this could just be a hamburger for the night. This would be amazing on the grill. You can do so many things with this. You can also use the same mixture and make some meatballs. Just add a little Italian seasoning if you want to, or this is considered a homemade, home style meatball. So I sanitized my scale the other day because I was using it, so I don't have to sanitize it again. So I want to, let me see, too much. I go for about 5 ounces. Yep, there we go. Okay, so I've got 3 patties that I will have. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that over my little bleach water there. I'm gonna make this up because I'm gonna actually cook this in the skillet that I'm going to do the steak in. So I want to go ahead and get those rolled up, and then all I have to do is to flatten these out. So let me wash my hands. I have a special concoction that I use when I wash my hands for touching raw meat because I'm extra careful, and I don't think they sell stuff like what I like, so I can make my own. Same thing with my hand sanitizer. Just make my own. So this is good and translucent. I got that caramelization on it. Is what I'm looking for. So I am going to get my steak in here. Got steaks going in there. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. Now, I'm going to put some garlic and some Worcestershire in here just for depth of flavor. And it's just a little bit more left in this bottle. I'm going to go ahead and use that. So get all of this mixed up and let that cook. Now with steak, of course I'm going to heat it up again. So I go for like a medium or better. That's just where I don't want it like a medium. I don't like it rare. So I go for like a medium or better with this. So I'm going to put that here. And while that's doing its thing, I'm going to do my do the burgers in a different skillet. Here we go. So put the burgers on this one. Put this up, put this up. So when that pan is hot, I will put the burgers in there. And so let me check so far. Let me see. Oh my. Alexa, stop. Okay, so got my spinach stuffed thighs, pork chops, chicken fried rice. I'm about to do the patties. And then I had my steak and my chicken wings there. And then I have to do some Brussels sprouts, some green beans, and some broccoli. So get those things going. So I'm going to start with, I also like to do some mixed vegetables too. So I'm going to put those in the microwave. Get those going. I'm actually going to do put that and the broccoli in together. And then I get some can of green beans. And I'm ready to make some green beans. Get that steak stirred up. That is going to be so delish. So delish. Now I'm going to get my patties ready to go into the pan over here. So they're going to be cooking in this pan. That's taken care of. So then I'll clean off this area, and I have some vegetables steaming in the microwave. I'm going to clean this off while the rest of that is cooking. I'm going to get my hands clean while I'm in here. So yeah, so right now I'm basically at the point of just the vegetables. So I always do vegetables last. So I'm going to get these few little things over here out the way. And then I'm going to check on what I have in the oven. And so I like to do with the stuff in the oven. Actually, let me get push these burgers closer together here. And get this steak going. You know what I have not put on this steak? Salt and pepper. Have not. Salt and pepper. I love it, love it, love it. Love me some salt and pepper on everything. Okay, so steak is done. Now I'm going to go and look at the spinach here. Woo. And look at it. Yep, it's doing good. It's doing good. So I like to check it and make sure how we're doing. You got a little bit more to go. Whenever you're working with meat that's on a bone, it takes longer to cook than boneless meat. So always want to remember that. Alexa, set timer for 20 minutes. So my steak is done. And I'm going to put this in a bowl as well. Because I'm going to put my green beans in this one. Hold on. I need something to put that in. I'm just going to put it in this for right now. So put my steak in here. And then I'm going to get my green beans cooking in this skillet. I got a little bit of that residue from the healthy fat and the onion and stuff from the steak, so it'll have a little bit of that in it. Not much, but it'll be enough to give it just a tiny bit of flavor. So with green beans, like for me, I can eat green beans raw. for real. Like, you give me some green beans and I can eat some green beans, just like heat them up in the microwave with some butter. I'm good. But I do like to get a little bit extra flavor on them at times when I have the time, and today I have the time. And so I am going to put them over there, and then I'm going to put a little butter and salt and pepper, and that is it for those. So let me get the butter. I have some open butter. Here we go. Some open butter. And I'm going to put this in the green beans. And then I also am going to put some butter in these two bowls because I'm about to put some vegetables that have been steaming in the microwave in these two. And so I just take the butter and put it in the bowl and just put the steamed foods on top of it, and it melts. So usually when I steam, I do like to pour, see if there's any water in here. And I'll try to get some of that out. Not a lot of water, so I just pour it right on top of that butter. Pour that right on top of the butter. And then do the same for this. That one didn't get as warm. I'm gonna have to put this one back in there. I can tell, you know, we try to do both at the same time. So I'm gonna take this burger and flip the burger. All that meat, and then get this green beans mixed up in here with that little butter, a little saute on those. Turn that down. Okay, so this is the butter with the broccoli. I have green beans. So for my sides, I have broccoli, green beans, creamed spinach, and mixed vegetable, and then I have my cauliflower in this in the steak. Oh, that tastes so good. That's so good. And so, a little salt and pepper for the green beans. A little bit garlic. And so right now, this is the hamburgers cooking. The stuffed spinach is in there, is in the oven, along with some chicken wings that I'll probably eat tonight. And that is really a complete meal prep. And so, Clarence, what you got going on?
I just took the meat off of the grill. Look, there's 3 more pieces outside, but I finished the country style ribs and the thighs.
So let me show you. Here's what. Okay, these are the. I'm sorry, he wasn't here. I got that other hand. All right. So this is Clarence's country fried ribs that he just did. Country style ribs that he did on the grill, and then You can put two of these in one, so you're gonna eat two. And then this is the chicken thigh, the chicken thighs that he did. So he has a few more things on the grill, which is still part of that stuff. Now, but so we got so far, we got steak done, chicken wings are in the oven, stuffed spinach thighs are in, pork chops are done, chicken fried rice is done, hamburger patties are cooking, green beans are cooking, broccoli is done, and the mixed vegetables, veggies are in the oven. So we are good. So broccoli, green beans. I think I may do potatoes. I'll have to see. I don't know yet. The potatoes may be the next thing. And I'm trying to see. Yeah, I think I need to do some potatoes. The potatoes are so easy, so I'm not even really worried about those. So I'm gonna do some potatoes. So I'm gonna turn the ground beef down, the burgers down a little bit, and I'm gonna get a. I need a. This is what I need. I need something like this that I can use for my potatoes, because I don't do a lot with those. Potatoes really go good if you do like green beans with potatoes. Now, if you want to be like real country and old school, put some bacon, some potatoes, and some green beans and some butter, ooh, with some onions. You are speaking to the souls of people with that kind of food. That's some good old eating right there. I mean, that's like for real good stuff. And so that's another thing that you can do. And that's what, I mean, good old, I mean, I do that one. I don't eat it myself, but a lot of people like it. So I make it for other people. So stuff like that. I'm just going to get that stuff done. My burger. I'm going to turn the burger off. Burgers are done. Move those off to the side. They're done. And it has been a successful cooking day in the world, y'all. Successful cooking day. Got all kind of stuff done. And it's been easy stuff, nothing that's hard, stuff that anybody can do. That's the kind of food I like. Stuff when anybody can do it. So, got me some mixed vegetables. My broccoli is good over here with this little butter. Got that going. I'm going to probably add some little Parmesan cheese to this broccoli. A little Parmesan cheese to it. And actually, it was already out. But I think I put it up, so I have to go back and get it. So, I got broccoli, mixed vegetables, green beans, cream spinach, potatoes, pork chops, burgers, rice, steak, chicken wings, and stuffed spinach thighs. Everything is either done or almost done. So, I'm going to go ahead and end this great video, y'all, because all my food is done for today. I'll upload a picture of everything later today when I get all the stuff milled and boxed up and stuff. I'll put a picture out there in the world so everybody can see it and see that I really was. This ain't no fake stuff that we do around here. This is real life. So I will get that stuff done and get these other stuff soaking. But yeah, so I appreciate you guys for joining me. Again, just as a recap on what we have cooked today, is we have cooked steak, burgers, steak burgers, stuffed spinach thighs, Parmesan pork chops, chicken fried rice, chicken wings, country style ribs, grilled chicken thighs, along with broccoli, green beans, mixed vegetables, potatoes, and cream spinach. So that's everything that we made today. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. I hope something that we did today is something you can then do for your family to have nutritious home cooked meals. And until next time, you guys be blessed. Goodbye.